For beautiful skin, take out the trash.
Well, welcome back to 6 Weeks to Wellness with Jan Fitzpatrick of inVibeHealth.com. We are in our third episode here in a series on skin and the health of skin, and I'm loving this title, Jan, Take Out the Trash. What are we actually talking about here?
Well, one of the secrets of healthy skin is to take out those things that don't belong in your body. Whether they be from the digestive system or they be toxins, metabolic waste, you need to take it out. And it was easy when we were younger because as part of the menstrual period, a natural thing was for your body just to get ready for pregnancy was just to release those things that you had been holding the previous month. And I did a test one time. I decided that I was going to test that theory when I was younger, and for a whole month I had no caffeine and no sugar and no junk food. And believe it or not, I had no PMS problems, nothing at all. So evidently I had less to eliminate, and my body was able to handle it. It's the overload that really is the problem.
Excellent. Well, that sounds interesting. So let's talk about what are the three main takeaways that we're going to cover in today's episode then.
We're going to talk about skin and elimination. We're going to talk about women and heart disease. And we're going to talk about healthy habits that help. Things you can do now that you don't have your period. What do you do to eliminate those toxins?
Excellent. All right. Well, let's talk about from the top then, skin and elimination. We talked about this once before a little bit, and I found it absolutely fascinating. I never thought of the skin as an elimination organ, but you set me straight on that one. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's recap that and go into it in a little detail here. So what do we need to know about it?
If you think of your skin, it's everything on the outside and all the way through the inside. It's a closed system. So the elimination, you can even count your lungs. You breathe out stuff that doesn't belong in there. You eliminate through the urine and your stools, and also you sweat things out. And it all comes through those same kind of cells, your skin, inside and outside.
Yeah, so again, really eye-opening to me. And I said before, to me, I know I'm onto a good topic here when I have those no-duh experiences where you say something and I'm like, yeah, of course, but I didn't think about it until you said that. So yeah, of course, my skin is constantly, breathing essentially, right? Even gases, I mean, are exuding right through the skin, as well as sweat and things like that. So our skin is getting rid of toxins for us is an important thing to understand there. Okay.
And I actually had a situation where I experienced that myself. We moved into a temporary housing while our house was being built, and didn't realize the concrete hadn't been sealed in the basement. And as you know, the heater is in the basement, so it was sucking in all this stuff and throwing it out through all the rooms, and we all got sick.
Interesting. Okay.
And I went to it was upper respiratory. And I went to a naturopath and did several more natural things. And then after I started to get better, I noticed little blisters all over, on top of my lungs, basically, on the outside of my skin. And I was pretty sure that the body was just pushing it out through my skin. As I got better, it got more efficient, and it decided it just had to get rid of that stuff. So in each blister was probably some concrete dust.
Wow. That is, I've never heard of anything like that. That is fascinating. I mean, but again, makes sense. I mean, your skin is this giant organ system that envelops everything else, and so it's got to have a pretty deep interplay with all kinds of things, and especially with the interplay with your atmosphere around you. I mean, because everything is in contact with your skin that way.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a really, really important issue for women is heart disease. But I mean, are you saying there's a connection between our skin and heart disease? I mean, where are we going with that?
The connection with women and heart disease is that once you get to, we talked about the process that happens when you have your period. There's a release point in that cycle where everything gets pushed out. And when women reach menopause, they no longer have a natural monthly detoxification, and the heart disease levels reach approximately the same levels as men.
Okay.
So kind of tells us that we need to be doing something every single month. And men needed to be doing it all along.
Well,
they don't have that natural ability, but women now definitely, because that's what's happening. It's just building up and building up and building up. And like I said, it shows on your skin. More wrinkles, crinkles, breakouts are very common also at menopause.
So the skin is this barometer, in a sense. It's this feedback system where we can actually look at the health of the skin and start to get a sense of that things are awry on the inside, and can obviously be related, to heart disease as well. Now I'm trying to remember. I mean, do you know? Is heart disease still the #1 killer of women? I mean, I think it was, if it is not still. But anyway, it's up there in the top 5.
It's up there. After menopause, it's up there.
Yeah, it's a big issue, obviously, that people need to pay attention to. Do you know? I mean, are there particular things on the skin that are very much related to the heart itself, or is that more technical than we want to get into right now?
It's just in general. Everything starts to build up. You start to get overload. It accumulates. And once it starts to accumulate, it's going to show up in many ways. We just happen to have measured heart disease.
Okay.
It shows up in other ways as well.
Well, let's get to the important part here then, which is also what people can actually do. What are some of these health tips that really help, as you're saying? What can we do to make our skin healthier because we want to look better and feel better, but obviously, get to those underlying things that are truly making you healthier too?
Well, one of the things is to, obviously we talked about this before, is to improve your digestive system. And in doing that, you can include supplements. The ones I'm thinking of would be some probiotics to help you have a healthier, to reduce the inflammation in your digestion, and also food enzymes that help you break down the food that you do eat, so you can get more nutrition from them. You can also take the easiest thing to do is take regular baths with Epsom salts, which has magnesium in it, which helps to relax the body and release. It also, you could have really nice oils in there, like lavender and anything that's your favorite. And also some people put baking soda into their baths to make the pH more alkaline, to help the body release. It's kind of like, this is a little scientific, but if you soak in a tub with some salts in it, your body, through osmotic pressure, because it's more concentrated in your body than it is in the tub of water, it will actually just come through your skin and go into the water and not return again.
So this concept of detoxifying is obviously an important one in the work that you do and in the coaching work that you do with women after menopause, and that's part of what people would learn if they were working with you in even more detail than what we can cover today, right? So
and the really important thing is, once you're aware of how much work it takes to detoxify or to get rid of the accumulated wastes, you kind of learn that it's easier to prevent that by just not putting them in many cases. And you can control a lot of that. You can control the atmosphere you'll go into, avoid smoky areas, to what you eat.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we're covering some great stuff in this entire series on skin, and I want to remind people that this is just one episode in a whole series that we've been doing on the importance of skin, the health of skin, looking good, feeling good. And so to get the whole series, you want to actually make sure you connect with Jan on her website, which is invibehealth.com. And she's got a great special offer for you. Her book is on Amazon for sale, but she's going to give you free access to a copy of the book just when you sign up and put your name and email address and get on the mailing list. And if you get on that mailing list, you will not miss out on the rest of the series about skin, but lots of other great stuff coming your way So if you are dealing with changes in your skin, in menopause or post-menopause, Jan is your expert that you want to connect with. 6 weeks to wellness, Jan, that's your whole coaching program, right?
Yes.
That you offer people. If people are interested, they're going to learn more about that on your website. So come on over to invibehealth.com right now. Make sure you get on Jan's mailing list. Get her her book without having to buy it on Amazon. Get all this great information. Get the next episode on skin and lots more other great stuff to come. So that's it for today, Jan. Thanks so much for all these great insights, and look forward to speaking to you in the next episode.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us. I look forward to seeing you soon.